Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to mod Spiral Knights. In particular, I'm going to show you guys how to mod your weapons and add effects to them, including how to change the skins and make different themes on your weapons. The programs that you will need are spiralspy and paint.net. You'll be able to find both of those programs right here on the forum post which I made earlier, paint.net and spiralspy. Alright, so with that being said, now let's cut right to the chase. Awesome. So first off, I already went ahead and modded a furious flameberge, and unfortunately the whole fucking video got erased, so I have to do it all over again, but it's perfectly fine, so I guess now I can do it quote unquote better, even though the first time was already good. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this, and fire one, there we go. Okay, so this should be vanilla, it should be the original. Perfect. Okay, good. So I want that and you. I'm going to copy you both over and bring them to my actual Spiral Knights directory. If you guys are modding, I highly recommend having two Spiral Knights directory, having one vanilla, aka no mods to it, just a plain one, and then one where you keep your mods in, you know? So if you fuck something up, you can go back, replace it, and you're good. Or, in my case, I just have to do it over again because my computer is the one that done goofed. So, that being said, let's go ahead and replace them. Alright, like you guys can see, that's the mod that I'm going to be making for you guys. I'm going to be making a icy furious flameberge. Isn't that awesome? Like turning a flameberge into ice? Like what? Who's heard of that before? No one's done that. Like what? Like people are like, yo, you crazy, man. Like, man, you crazy. That's what people are thinking. But nah, I want to show you guys. It'll work and it'll look pretty damn good. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and open up spiralspy. Okay, so you want to go ahead, click on model. It's going to open up the PC folder by default. You're just going to want to click up twice, and that'll bring you to the root of your RSRC folder, which is where all your action will be taking place, alright? In particular, you'll be working with the item and the particle folder when you're working with, like, adding effects and stuff like that. So first off, we're going to go to item, weapon, sword, flourish, and then model, flourish, fire R4. Okay, that's going to be our furious flameberge, the 5-star one. You want to go ahead and open that, and that's going to go ahead and open up your nice, clean, mint, non-modded furious flameberge. Alright, now before we do that, I'm just going to go on ahead and mod the actual skin itself so I can show you guys, like, you know, how to change the theme of it before I add the effects. But we're going to be getting into this section in a bit. So with that being said, let's go on ahead and show y'all how to do this. So flourish. We're going to go on ahead and open this up with paint.net, which you guys can download from that site. Alright, and now just going to scroll on in. So we're going to go ahead and make this like an icy kind of theme. So ideally you could magic wand and select certain parts. However, I'm going to be modding the entire weapon. I want the whole theme of the weapon to change. I don't just want to change this part to blue. Like if you want to have like a blue and gold furious flameberge, all you'd have to do is like magic wand, cold control, and like just, you know, adjust the what's it called, tolerance as you need to. Alright, so like boom, you can just do that. You can also make it select only the red if you want, and then leave the orange there like the gold. You can hold select on that, turn on the tolerance some more, and boom, you can select only the like the wrapping over there. And then you can go ahead from there, control shift U, or just hue and saturation, just depends on how familiar you are with this program, and you can go ahead and change this. So I'm going to be changing things to blue. I'm going to do the whole thing of course, but that's just to show you guys you can change individual parts and leave the rest of it. I'm going to be changing the whole thing though, because I want to make a new theme, as I said. So I'm selecting the whole thing with the select tool. I'm going to go ahead to hue and saturation, and we're going to go ahead and make this shiz blue. Okay, now we can go ahead and make this a little bit darker. I'm going to want to show you guys what I want to do. So like this is going to be closer to that effect I want to add. I want to make this like an icy, like a purple ice kind of thing. It's going to be like a dark frost flameberge. Okay, you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck is that? Like just watch, just watch. You're gonna be like, oh damn. So yeah, with that being said, it's gonna be like a little bit of a purplish blue. Alright, it's gonna be pretty damn awesome, pretty freaking awesome. I can make that a little bit bluer like there. Okay, that's pretty nice. So we're gonna go ahead, file, save that over, boom. That is pretty much that right there. We can go ahead and make this part right here a little bit bluer, right? If you want to, like, you can, we might as well. because we ain't sloppy, right? Make that nice and blue. Increase the saturation a bit so the lines stand out a little bit stronger. Okay, that's alright. And boom. So now we can, yeah, save that. You can close this now. You see how the model itself is changed, like not the model, the skin, the texture has changed. Now we can go back to our spiralspy and open up that file, and you're gonna see how it's changed from the orange and red theme to the purple and blue theme. Alright, so go to weapon, go to sword, go to flourish, and boom. There y'all have it. Alright. So this is looking pretty crisp, Now we're going to go on ahead and start editing the actual file itself, alright? So, I'm going to show y'all how this, like the breakdown of this. So, the ambient colorization glow is this glow that is around the tip of the flourish, okay? Of the flameberge. So it's like, you can go ahead and manually change that to anything you would like. So if your personal color in game is green and you change this to cyan and you save it, it will still be cyan. It will not read what your game is telling you, okay? So that's a good thing. It's actually a good thing because that means that now you can go around and like, well, technically this is never going to be determined by your personal color, actually. What am I saying? Because this is a weapon. But it's like, you know, let's say that you were doing this on like an aura or like a prismatic pair of wings, right? And like you're modding prismatic Valks. And you wanted those Valks and your personal color is green and you want them to be purple on something, right? And you're like, shit, I want to change my color to purple just for these wings. So I'm just going to make the wings themselves purple, right? Easy fix. That's something you guys can do. But for the sake of this weapon itself that I'm doing, the ice themed, I'm going to make this like, you know, cyan. But before we continue though, I'm going to go ahead and I think I want to, do I want to blue that up some more or do I want to keep it like this purpley? Actually, nah. We'll see. I'm gonna go see how this turns out because I know that I'm gonna be adding a frozen sword aura on this because I want it to be ice themed. But first we're gonna go ahead and fix this trail. Alright, so like we're gonna go ahead and change this to blue and then a light blue up here, so we have like a mix, like a two-toned trail going on here. Now this is gonna be like a really thin trail. This isn't like anything special. This is where the actual trail comes in. We're just going to go ahead and up that by 1 so it's not thin. It's actually going to be like the BTB size now. We can give it 1.025. It doesn't really matter. We can make it 1.0 and it doesn't matter. Leave that at short. Medium is a little bit too long, kind of. Like, it works. I've tried it, but it's kind of sloppy. So, I'll leave it as is. So yeah. Now, when you guys want to add new effects to this, it's pretty much plain. So we're going to go ahead and start adding stuff. So you want to go to New Model. And then right here, you're going to want to go to config where it says none and click on that. So now you just want to go and look for your particles because that is where you're going to find all your effects in. Alright, so your particle folder will be in your RSRC folder. And you can just go ahead and scroll down and you'll find a shit ton of auras, guys. Like the Blue Gatos, like pretty much like all your Revoltaic Tempest. You got a similar looking one like the Sloom aura. Where's that? Ambient underscore Sloom. That one's like the sleep one. You guys got like a crap ton, alright? But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead with the frozen sword aura because I want to make this ice themed. We're going to go ahead and move this up on the Z axis so that it's higher up on the sword itself. You know? So like, see how the snow is like falling down from the tip of the sword now? Isn't that freaking awesome? So I'm just going to go ahead and like just scroll, not scroll, just move you down like 80. That's perfect, like right there. And then we're going to go ahead and increase the size of this like 1.4 so that like the, what should I call it, like the snowflakes themselves are a little bit more visible. It looks nice, you know? So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit more blue before we continue this. I'm just going to, just for personal preference, sword, flourish, open with, because I also want to, I have a good idea for this. I want to go ahead and add the shadow spark effect as well, so it's going to be a little bit purple, so I want that to all tie in, right? So I don't want it to be too blue because it will stand out too much. So I'm only going to turn this down like a tad, like when I say a tad, like it was really like here. I'm going to bring it down to like here, like, yeah, that's good. That's perfect right there. So now we can go on ahead and head back on over here. Open up Spiral Spy. Go ahead and open up that Furious Flameberge again. Item, weapon, sword, flourish, and then flourish fire.dat. You guys can also kind of make sense of what's being said here. Flourish R1, it's a flourish, it's the first one. R2, you know, like you got your base, your 2-star, your 3-star, your 4-star, your 5-star. You got the stun. Okay, so like you got your flourish, and then you got your Rigadoon, which is your level 2. You got your like, you know, you got your Rigadoon upgrades all the way up to fearless, and then you also got your Snarbarbs. So you know, Snarbarb.dat will be your Barberstorm blade. And then you also have your, you know, your Snarlbarb, your Twisted Snarlbarb, and your Darkthorn blade as well. But you know, that being said, I'm only focused on the 5 stars really, because that's what I actually use. So we're just gonna go ahead and open back up this, so you guys can see it's more like a blue now. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. I'll see how I feel about this. You know, like we'll just go ahead and mod it around and see what we think. I might end up making it more purple. I never know, you know. But yeah, so I had that set at like 1.4. Then go ahead and add a shadow spark to it. Alright, but actually first I'm gonna add the vortex disc, because that's a pretty cool effect as well. Like I was showing in the previous video that I did before it freaking crashed, all the different effects that were going on, but it's alright. I know exactly which ones I want to use, so I'm just gonna show you guys what you can pull off. But all of these are effects, straight up. All of them are effects, alright? Like the ambients are just like the ambient ones that just stay around while you're not really doing anything. They just continue going, alright? So, with that being said, I'm going to put on the vortex disc first. And then we're going to go ahead and add a purple one and make it large. It's going to be really huge at first, but you can shrink down the scale. Because like if we were to use medium, that is the right size, but it's not the density I'd like in terms of all of these. I would rather have it large and then like condense everything into like this small, like a smaller form factor, you know what I mean? Because then it's like a thicker miasma that's like a thicker vortex that's going around. It's pretty neat. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that blue and then boom. Pretty dope. Rip. Yeah, I'm gonna make that darker actually. But I'm gonna go ahead and add in this shadow spark. Look at this. Now if you guys go ahead and you check out this shadow spark effect, it's like the dreadful aura. Like you guys know how that looks, right? What I already did is I went ahead and took the courtesy of modding this, but just for the sake of it, I'm gonna go ahead and like redo this for y'all, because you guys don't know how I got to that point. You don't. You're like, how the fuck is it blue? You guys don't even know what that is probably, so like I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the vanilla file, which is the original. So RSRC item, it will be in, no, it's not an item, it's a particle. And now looking for shadowsparks.dat, copy that over, and then we're just going to go into the same thing here. Oh no, it's one going to item because I'm so used to doing that. We can just paste that in here, replace file and destination, and now when we open this back up, it's going to show the default shadow spark, which is going to be purple with like, it's just going to be the dreadful, it's just going to be the dreadful aura really, with no footsteps. That's exactly what it is. So we can go ahead and open up that model, flourish, model underscore r4.dat, and then we can go ahead and add in that shadow spark, and you guys are going to see it's going to be purple. Y'all going to be like, what? And I'll be like, yeah man, because like, you know, that's what it defaults to. So going ahead and open this up, shadow sparks H. Alright, now you guys see it's purple. That's what the original looks like. You guys remember the dreadful aura that has like those lines as you walk around? That's like half of the aura right there, or like a fraction. That's like the ambient part of it. That's not the footstep part. But we have to do some tweaks to this now, you see? You have to do some tweaking here. So we're gonna go on ahead, edit this on up. Alright, you guys, okay, I can show you guys a lot more to this. Like, there are certain parts to all these. Like, I don't know how much information you guys need, because some of this might be excessive, but just for future reference, some models do have different variants to them. Like, a tier 2 for this doesn't have the glow on it, and then a tier 1 is just not as, like, buffed up in a sense, but really, you don't have to focus on that too much right now. Okay, let's just close, like, the extras and, like, just have one open. Okay, so boom, like, you guys can also control this. So, like, if you don't want the glow, you can remove the glow. Boom, you only have the sparks. If you guys only want the glow and you don't want the bolts, boom, you know what I mean? So you guys can do that. However, I want both of them there, and what I would like to do is I want to change the color of the glow. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down. First off, this is not relevant right here. What you want to do is you want to scroll all the way down to this. This is what matters, like the tier 2 variant and then the tier 3 variant. So if I want to change the spark colors, like the color of the bolts, this is where I go. And you can change the color of the bolts. So if I want green bolts, I can make these green, but I don't want to touch those. I like the purple bolts as is. What I want to change is the glow. Alright, so middle is what it's going to be in the middle, and then outside is what it's going to be on the outside. So I want it to be like a purple to blue to purple, and I can go like purple to like blue to purple. And then boom. Now you see how it kind of like muffles out the vortex because it's such a big sphere that the glow just overpowers it. What you can actually do is after you save the, like, I'm just overwriting the coloring of this actual file, but I'm not editing the size of the file. Alright, I'm not editing the size of this little model right here. So what I'm gonna do is I can close that off now because I saved it. And then I can go ahead and reduce the scale. So the scale is really important, guys. Like, you guys gotta use your judgment and make sure that things are not looking out of proportion. You know, they're not looking obnoxiously huge or ridiculously tiny. Alright, so like this is reasonable here. Like I can make this like just 0.5, and then boom. So we have like our nice little sparks wrapped around the hilt or the handle of your flameberge. And then we also have this cool blue swirling vortex disc. It kind of looks like you have like a water logo or an ice logo, and then you got the snowfall falling down, kind of like a frozen sword aura. So that's pretty flippin' dope, y'all. Like, dang, heck, I wouldn't even mind having some blue sparks, but like I don't. Do I really want blue sparks? Because that's also probably gonna affect some other things on mine. Because I do have that on other items. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it as is. It looks perfectly fine. Cause like since this is one, there's only one shadow spark aura, and like one shadow spark effect. So it's like whatever changes that you make to this, any other item that shares that same model is gonna be affected by it. So you guys gotta be careful about that. Alright, so you can of course have a clean folder like me, and then copy the clean versions over, and then you can have multiples, but that's for another time. Right now you guys gotta focus on getting the basics done, and there'll be plenty more tutorials to come anyway, so don't worry about that. Right now you gotta focus on at least getting to understand how to make a skin and adding effects to it, because trust me, it's not always gonna be this easy. Like, I know what I'm doing, but just for me to be able to tinker around and just find files that even work in the first place, let alone look good with what I want to make it like work with, it's a tedious task, guys. It's a tedious task. Like, there's a lot of models out there, you know, and heck, some of them won't even work. So like, I'm just gonna go ahead and save this before I like screw around, because this is like the final. This is what I wanted to look in the final. But like, you can go over here, you can find some other stuff. Like, I know they have the poison drip aura, so like poison drip effects, like, you know, Jet Venom Striker. They got like the Fang of Vog effect. They got all this shit, like a whole bunch. You got like the smoke plume. So like, boom, you can like shrink that down. Like, you have to shrink that down, obviously, but like if you were making like a fiery kind of thing, then all you gotta do is shrink that down, like big time, you know, and then boom, like you have like a little bit of a smoke plume going on it. Like, I added that on the rocket hammer. I think I added a little bit of a different one though. I think it was it Smoking Sparks? No, it wasn't Smoking Sparks. I had one of those smoking effects on it. And there's so many here. Like, oh, the Fireflies is also pretty cool, you know. And then there's also a pollen effect, I believe. That was also pretty decent. If it's over here, they also have a gas field. This gas field, that one's pretty cool. We have like a sleep gas field, we got like a poison gas field, you know, so those are all pretty neat. But right now I would say, let's close this off first. Go back here. Seems like spiralspy was not responding to my changes, so I just had to go on ahead and reboot that real quick. Let's see, go back to item, weapon, sword, and boot back up that sexy flameberge of ours. So there we have it. So yeah, I'll show you guys the gas fields. Those ones are pretty cool. Those ones all work anyways, I know that. So you guys can feel confident using gas fields on your weapons if they support adding multiple models onto it. So that's pretty neat. I can just find it for y'all real quick right here. _, gas fields, like see like a sleep gas field. You know, you can just move it down like the z-axis a bit, make it like down there. Like I don't want to have this, and like normally I would shrink it down a little bit, you know, so it's not as like so overpowering. But there's like different statuses. Like if I wanted like a freeze one, I could just pop the freeze one around here, just move it a little bit down on the z-axis, so it's like, you know, closer with this. But of course, I don't really need to do that. It's gonna probably make it a little bit too busy. Probably, like I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of like, what the fuck? Why is there so much stuff going on? Not really. Nah, I don't know. Like my PC can handle it, but it just depends on you guys. Like I don't know. It looks cool. It looks alright, but personally, I wouldn't want it to be like that. You know, I kind of like, oh, I did that back. No, that was actually pretty fucking lit. What am I saying? Like, what? Yo, that gas field was actually mad lit. Yo, let's put the freeze on that and then just like shrink that down a little bit more so it's not overpowering, and boom, you got yourself a pretty freaking dope thing. Alright. So then let's go ahead and shrink that. Well, not shrink it, like move it down also on the z-axis so it's a little bit closer to that. It's like at least you can still see. Yeah, alright. That's pretty neat. And then there was also pollen. Did I add the pollen on that, or is that just... oh, okay. Shadow Sparks gas field. We also have a model over here. We never really added anything. I mean, I don't need to add like a gazillion models to this. I'm just showing you guys, you know, like what you can do, like the possibilities. I can even add shock sparks, like, you know, shock sparks just chilling. There's like all around. Like, there's so many options, you guys. Like, there's so many options. Like, fuck, there's so many. You got like a twilight aura. You guys can add on ambient _ no, not the sparkles. No, I need like the fireflies. But I mean, this is, I'm pretty sure this is still cool anyways. That one doesn't even want to load anyways, rip. Shadow aura. That one's like a baleful kind of effect. You can also change the color of it, but you don't want to have like, you know, multiple those gas field kind of things. Nah, you don't want that. Let's see. There's a whole lot of different effects though, you know what I'm saying? So just take your time, go through them, look at them, and see what you guys like. Cause yeah, there's the flower pollen right there. Ambient _ fireflies, those are also pretty cool. Curse aura. There's a whole lot, guys. There's certainly a whole lot. But yeah, like with that being said, I'm just gonna go on ahead and save this. File. Save. And call it a day, because I'm pretty content with how this looks, you know. Like what I want to make this one more purple again, like to match this vortex disc. I don't freaking know. Like that's the only thing I'll consider really, because like it would tie in with the vortex disc a little bit better, I guess. But it seems like it's already relatively close. I'll slightly change it, because like I don't. It's pretty funny. But I'm a perfectionist, right? And you gotta be perfectionist when you're doing this, because sloppy work doesn't really benefit anyone. It doesn't benefit you, because you're the one who's gonna be seeing it, right? So like if you're slacking off on your own work, like it's not gonna affect anyone else but yourself, right? Well, that being said, you guys gotta be patient with this and just enjoy yourself. So like I can add a little bit more purple into that, like, oh shit. Like there. Like I can add like a little bit, yeah, manually. Boom. Like that was such a slight change, but it was still a change. Yeah. Alright then, so now I'm going to show you guys how it looks like in Spiral Nights itself. Alright. So I'm pretty glad I did this, because now I get to show you guys an example of what it means to have too many models or just be a little bit overloaded on, you know, freaking too many models on your item. So that being said, let's go ahead and pull up the Furious Flameberge. You guys can see, like, boom. It's pretty dope. However, that gas fuel on it just seems to interfere a little bit too much. Like, I think that the vortex was perfect, like how I had it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that gas fuel real quick. You don't even have to close your spell mates, to be honest, while you're modding this. All you gotta do is just change havens or change instances or something like that, and it will apply all your changes. So like, I have to go into spiralspy again, which is no biggie. And then I'm gonna go to model, backpack, item, weapon, sword, flourish, and then right here, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I'm kind of speeding through this because y'all understand exactly what's going on. Like, I'm just removing that little gas field and saving it over. That's it. Now we got you. Now we got use. Heck, I think I might just increase that little vortex disc to 60. Because, like, you know, dope. Tad large. Yeah. Alright. And there we go. That's perfect. So like, you can go on ahead and like go to like a guild hall, or like just, it's probably faster to log off and log back on, I don't know, but fuck. I can just go on ahead, open up sword, and then boom. So now you guys can see, isn't that freaking awesome? Like, the vortex disc and the shadow aura just like tie in together so nicely, and then you guys have that frozen sword aura at the top, which just tops it off. Alright, now if you guys want to, I think I know what'll make it even more dope actually. I know what'll make it even more dope. Watch this, guys. There is also a cool effect that the Fang of Vogue has, which you guys do not know about because it's actually not released in game. But if I were to go on ahead and open up this flourish, alright, and then go ahead and swap this. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap the frozen sword aura. Actually, I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna change it from icy, and I'm gonna go keep it with the Furious Flameberge style and keep it hot with that Fang of Vogue. So find Fang of Vogue.dat. However, we're gonna keep the color from red to purple. Yep, I've just said that. Yep, there is a purple freaking Fang of Vogue fire effect, guys, and you're looking right at it right here, right now, live, real time. You're looking at it, guys. Yeah, that shit is literally lit. Right there, just boom. Look at that. Like, what? Damn, son. Go ahead, save that. I'm pretty sure that looks a little bit cooler. I don't know, maybe, like, it's personal preference, guys. Like, both of them look just fine, you know, like, there's so many options. It's all just modding, you know what I mean? Go ahead and close. Alright, open up the depot, and then boom. So now you guys can see the fire aura a little bit more, not as much, but of course when you actually equip it, it'll just be worlds of difference, because like, then you'll actually be able to see it. Because like, in the preview mode, you're not going to see the flames nearly as much as when you actually wear it. Same thing like the Barberstorm Blade, as I showed you guys, right? Like, you don't see it nearly as much in the preview as you do. Alright, so if I were to go on ahead and just show y'all, so like, there's a Barberstorm Blade. In the preview here, it shows that there's pretty much nothing. Like, I'll just go ahead and start an FSC lobby. Okay, so as you guys can see, there's a nice dope flame effect going on right over here, yeah? Look at this. Like, it's more visible right now than it was before, yeah? Just go ahead and just shield cancel it there. It looks pretty cool. You can see that the flames kind of like, the flames aren't necessarily flying off the blade, but they're like just igniting the air in a sense. It's like the flames kind, yeah, exactly. Like, it's like a little bit of trail as you walk around. You see what I mean? Like, it's really faint, but it's there, and it's pretty freaking neat. So, yeah, I can go ahead and show you guys though. Like, in the preview now, the Barberstorm Blade is not going to show nearly as much flames. Look at that. Where are the flames at? Where they at though? So, don't fret it when it comes to that Furious Flameberge you guys saw in that preview, because I'll assure you that it is certainly visible when you guys pull that on up. Alright, so And that being said, that's why it's important for you guys to reference and cross-check, you know, preview in spiralspy, preview in-game, do your cross-references, make sure everything's looking good, and when you're done, save it. Save the actual data file and the skin itself, the PNG, to another file, like another folder on your computer, so that when, you know, the game updates, you'll be able to patch it back. Alright? So, that being said, that's all I gotta say for this topic. At least that's how you guys mod a weapon. Everything from changing your skin to adding effects onto it and removing effects, editing the effects, changing your trail color and stuff like that. As I said, this was originally red. You can just go in there and change this to cyan or vermilion or magenta, change to lavender, indigo, anything, guys, literally.